Welcome, everybody. Happy Friday. How is everybody doing? Today we are here for Tarot and Oracle, and that's it. So if you guys are new to me, my name is Jacqui Mancuso. I just said we're here for Tarot and Oracle today. We're going to see what kind of messages want to guide us for the next few days. And that's about it. Let's see who's here. April says hello. Nicole says good morning. Hi, Mimi. If you guys can see, I don't know what happened to my face last night, but I was like pouring water out of my nose, and it was itchy, and I was sneezing every 5 seconds, and it was just a nasty, nasty night. So I'm a little swollen. I'm a little red today. Bear with me. Greetings, Christine. Julia says, hello, everyone. If you guys were not with us on Wednesday, you might not know, but you can tell from my background, I'm home from my really, really long trip. I was in Portland for a week, and then I drove around the country in a travel trailer for 2.5 weeks, and we made it home on Tuesday. And I honestly think that that's what happened to my body last night when I got sick. I think that was my body being like, get out of here. You don't like it here. Go back on the road. But yeah, that's it. So we're back. My Instagram posts are going to slow down, but I do have I have a whole bunch of YouTube shorts that will be coming out over the next few weeks. I took a lot of short videos just to show like the scenery and what we were up to and stuff. So feel free to check those out as well. Tara says, hope you feel better quickly, Jackie. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I am feeling much better today than I was last night. Thank you, Matt, for just taking care of me and letting me veg in the bed. So next week, I'm going to make another slight little change to my flow here. I had changed it up a few weeks ago where I was doing Tarot and Oracle like this on Monday, Friday, and then I would do a week of astrology on Wednesday. I'm going to make a small change next week just to see how it goes. On Friday, I'm going to host a Q&A because it's been a while since I've done that. So next week, Monday, the 18th, will be Tarot and Oracle at 9 o'clock Central. Wednesday, the 20th, astrology at 8:15 Central. And then Friday, the 22nd, will be a Q&A. So let me know if you guys have any questions about what I'm doing with my life. The Insight Timer description gives a few ideas of what you can come and ask questions about. So that'll be fun, and we'll see how that goes. So how today is going to work, I am first going to pull a tarot card to see how the deck wants to guide our reading today. This is a reading that can apply to any person for any situation at any time. So let's go ahead and send our energy into the tarot deck that is in my hand. We're going to use the Light Seers Tarot. Again, I really like this deck. And let's ask which tarot card would like to guide us to the messages that our highest selves are asking to hear today. And let's see what comes out. Hello, Carrie. Nice to see you. Excuse me if I have to pause and address my nose itchies for a second. Let's see which tarot card would like to guide us today. 3 is too many. I would like 1. I can go with 2. Too many again. So when this card comes out, I will describe the card. I'll kind of get an idea for what the reading is going to be about, and then that will help me choose an oracle deck to give us more information on this. How many is that? Okay. Hello, Lori. Nice to see you. These cards are bumping today. Just before I came on here, I did my personal full moon tarot spread. The full moon is happening today in Taurus, 3:30-ish Central Time, 3:30 in the afternoon Central Time. Full moon is at 24 degrees of Taurus. Christine says, is that a face and jawbone behind you? New? No, those are not new. So the tall one, this is a deer pelvis. And then the jaw is a deer jaw. I got those near Starved Rock, Illinois. I was in Starved Rock 2 years ago. And there was, I think the shop is called Eclectic something. And there was a vendor there named Bone Girl. And she had those for sale. And there was something about them that I was just, they were in my old setup as well. These cards are holding a lot today. I'm looking for one card. To flavor our oracle reading. Hello, Elena. Heather, good morning, friends. Happy full moon day. All right, we have one card. I haven't looked at it yet. Let's see. Oh, why is it reversed? Interesting. Okay, so the strength card is what came out for us in order to flavor this reading, and we asked what message our higher self would like to hear. So the strength card, it's the card of Leo. It is a major arcana card. So when I see major arcana cards, it's like the deck is saying, like, listen up. This is a big message. This means something. What's interesting right now is this never falls. This picture, I have it in front of my computer along with 4 others. And this picture of me sitting in the RV just fell over. So I have to rewatch that and see what happens, what that means. The strength card is about embodying your deepest inner strength. This is calm, quiet confidence. This is not the domineering lion that has to roar and show his teeth to everyone. This is a calm strength that is calm enough to be with the lamb. So our higher self is trying to show us something that is strong within us that we haven't known about. So I would like to ask the question, how do I phrase it? I want to ask about, like, what kind of inner strength do we have that we are not aware of? What is an inner strength that we possess that we are not aware of? Let me type that out. What is an inner strength that we possess that we are not aware of? I can't spell. Possess, P-O-S-S-E-S. I put it in the chat on Insight Timer. Let me throw it in the chat on my YouTube live as well. What is an inner strength that we possess that we are not aware of? So thank you, oh my gosh, to the strength card for that. And let's see which deck wants to tell us about inner strength. Inner strength. You know, it feels right. Okay, so I have another deck. I didn't want to show it. I've never used this deck on Insight Timer. And to be honest, I used this deck daily for a couple weeks, and it wasn't my favorite thing, and I've been waiting for the right time to bring it here. So this is an Animal Guides deck. This is a tarot deck, but I'm going to use it as if it's an oracle deck, and I'm just going to read the descriptions. And I'm going to be pretty honest here. Radley Valentine, he's a well-known oracle author. He has quite a few decks out there. And something about the way that he interprets the tarot cards does not align with the way that I interpret tarot cards. So that's why I'm going to use this like an oracle deck, and I'm just going to read his descriptions. In this deck, each of the tarot cards has an animal correlation. So something about this just feels right. This is the Animal Guides Tarot by Radley Valentine. And we are asking, what is an inner strength that we possess that we are not aware of? So feel free to send your energy into the deck that is in my hands. And we're going to ask for 3 cards to come out, letting us know about some inner strengths that we're not aware of. April says, I have that deck too and agree with you, Jacqui. Yeah, there's nothing like wrong with what he says. It's just not how I interpret, it's beautiful to see other people's interpretations and see how they differ from yours, right? I was just talking to a client yesterday about learning astrology because she's trying to do like the self-taught thing, which is how I learned astrology. And she was asking about how you build your intuition. Like, how do you know when someone says that they have Taurus rules their fifth house? Like, how do you do it so fast? And I was telling her that I just kind of built up my knowledge bank by looking at what a whole bunch of random people were saying about different astrology topics. Some things jived, a lot of things didn't. So I just kept reading, kept researching, and I would kind of pick out keywords for each astrology term. And so when something comes up, right, my example was when Taurus comes up, my brain just says resources or values or something like real quick. So I kind of did the same thing with tarot, right? A card comes out and I'm like, ooh, this is the keyword. And then I start talking and then more comes of that. And this deck doesn't do that same thing, but whatever. Let's go with it. Heather says maybe a beaver will come up. I just saw an insight timer with Mythological Goddess about how the beaver represents being unapologetic about their needs. Interesting. Well, we have 3 cards that are showing us some inner strengths that we possess that we might not be aware of. So I'm going to show you the backs of the 3 cards. You're going to see that same owl image 3 times. That doesn't mean that the owl is coming for you. That's just the back of the deck. It's the card image. But I'm going to show you that image 3 times. And I want you to feel into your intuition to see if anything might feel a little bit stronger, if one of the cards just jumps out to you, if anything in your physical environment changes when I hold up a certain card. Let us know in the chat. Okay, so let's see which inner strengths are trying to call out to you. Here's the back of card number 1. The back of card number 2. And the back of card number 3. Let us know in the chat which cards we're calling out to you. We're asking about our inner strengths that we might not be aware of. And let's show them again, just in case. The back of card number 1. The back of card number 2. And the back of card number 3. And let's see who is working with which cards. We have Jennifer working with all 3. April 3, Tara 3, Patty 1 and 3, Nicole 2, 3, Melinda 3, Jack 3, Deirdre 2. Deirdre, I've always loved that name. What's the movie? Running with Scissors? It was a book. And the boy's mom's name was Deirdre, and just something about, I just love that name. Carrie 2 and 3, Heather 2, Leah 2 and 3, Lori all 3, Sandra 3, Christine maybe all 3, not getting much here. Interesting. Selene working with the first card. I wanted to say also it came up as I started to read your numbers. It might not necessarily be an inner strength that you're not aware of, but this could be an inner strength that wants to be highlighted right now. If there is a situation right now that you feel maybe insecure, like, I really want this thing, but I don't know how I'm going to manifest it. I really want this resolution, but I have no idea how I'm going to make it happen. This reading could be showing you an inner strength that you possess that you can use in order to create whatever you want right now. Does that make sense? I hope that helps. Oh, Deirdre, it's old Gaelic. I didn't know that. I like that. I just like the way it feels in my mouth. Chantel, all 3. You got words today. 1 is let go. 2 is reduce. 3 is aspire. Keep hold of those words. I like that a lot. Hi, Cecilia. Beautiful. I kind of want this card nearby just in case this Strength card. It fell, but I'm going to use it as inspiration. Okay, so card number 1, an inner strength that we possess that we might not be aware of, or an inner strength that wants to be called upon right now. This is card number 15, Ego. It's the Siamese cat. So in this deck, this is also a major arcana. In the traditional tarot, card 15 is the devil. The devil, to me, the tagline that comes up for devil is F around and find out. Like, just go play with your desires and see what happens. This says, you may feel that you're trapped in your situation, but that's not true. Be careful not to overly focus upon material wealth and break free of negative thinking. Siamese cat represents dependence upon others, being very vocal, fear and worry about having one's needs met. The ego card indicates a false sense of entrapment that may come from being overly focused upon material things. A frantic desire to accumulate wealth or a lack mentality can ensure you are in a state of fear or worry. You may then repeatedly verbalize those negative emotions, therefore creating a self-fulfilling prophecy. The Siamese cat asks you to let go of guilt and to have compassion for yourself and others. Free yourself from the mistaken notion that your life isn't your own. Shift from neediness to self-care. Referred to as the Royal Cats of Siam, the country now known as Thailand, or sometimes Royal Points, Siamese were at one time so revered that only royalty was allowed to own them. Siamese cats are charming animals, however. They are a little more demanding than other cat breeds. They're usually very loving and playful, but also quite loud about communicating their desires, with a vocalization that mimics the sound of a baby crying. While all cats have a tendency toward independence, 2 Siamese traits make them more reliant upon their humans. The pale color of their coat provides poor camouflage, and their eyes lack the night vision of other cats. Having once been more at the mercy of predators than other breeds, the Siamese cat may be telling you that your fears are holding you back in an unnecessary way. Free yourself from insecurities by asking for support from the angels and compassionate people. So this is an interesting card that's pretty much saying, like, it's okay to be taken care of. It's okay to admit that you are not fully capable, right? Your skin might be a little bit too white, so you can't blend in as much as you want to, right? Your eyes may not be able to see at night, so you might need some guidance while you're moving through the darkness. So what is an inner strength that we're not aware of? The ability to surrender to support. The ability to surrender to support. That is an inner strength. Think about how many people in your life you try to offer assistance and they're immediately putting their hand out like, nope, I got it. I don't need help. I'm hyper independent. This is a trauma response from my childhood and I got it. I don't want any help. I myself am guilty of that a lot of the time. And I'm finding that the more you are able to soften and surrender and say, okay, I'm not at my best right now. I need help in order to get where I want to go, being able to admit and accept that you need assistance is a strength that not everyone possesses. However, right now, you do possess the strength to speak up and say, hey, this is what I need help with. And it doesn't mean that you have to demand that exact type of assistance from one exact person in your life. That this is universal speaking, saying, all right, universe, I need help with my living situation, right? I have 2 weeks left on this lease and I don't know where the hell I'm going to go. Universe, I need help. Please send me support. And then you sit back and you receive. This isn't about saying, I live with this person and this person must provide X, Y, and Z for me or else. This is a larger universal admittance of, I need assistance with this. I'm going to open my hand and see what shows up. Jennifer says, OMG, what a message I need to hear. April says the angel number meaning of 15. Your changing thoughts are changing your life. Align your awareness and energy with thoughts that lift you. Can you change the way you think about not being perfect? Thank goodness I don't have to handle everything on my own. What a blessing that people want to help me through my life. Chantel, no way, let go of guilt. Intuition is on point. What was that? Let go. Ooh, I like that. Let go. That was card number 1 for you. Card number 2 for Chantel was reduce. All right, let's see what we're reducing. Stephanie says, wow, the birds outside led me to choose all 3. I was resistant and my ego said only 2 and 3. That's so funny. Well, let's see what card number 2 wants to tell us about an inner strength that we possess that we might not be aware of. Sorry, I'm still having some trouble breathing from all my mucus last night. Card number 2 is a court card. Card number 2 is the Knight of Earth, and this is the Seahorse message. This card says trustworthy, dedicated, protective, and funny. It's important to make a detailed plan before starting any new endeavor. Once you have that plan in place, then you can take immediate action and get as much accomplished as possible. So an inner strength that we possess from Seahorse, going about things with an abundance of caution and patience, dedication to a cause, being watched over and protected. The message of this card is twofold. First, it indicates the need to make a very detailed plan before moving forward. Second, once a plan is in place, it asks you to take immediate action to get as much accomplished as possible. Which part of the message is intended for you depends on where you are in your process. If your plan of action is vague or non-existent, the Seahorse asks you to take no action until you have one. If you already have the plan, then you are effectively being told, get busy now. It's important to have an eye for details and to put other people first. The Seahorse can represent a person who is trustworthy, dedicated, protective, and funny. He's also always prepared. If he comes in to help with your project, you can expect it to go flawlessly. He's no stranger to hard work and getting things done. However, he doesn't race to the finish line. He takes his time in order to make sure everything is perfect. Because of that, he's probably not the right guy for you if you're in a rush. Consider asking the thoroughbred horse, the Knight of Air in this deck. However, if you have time and want everything just so, he's your man. Seahorses have been around for millions of years, yet have changed very little. They're slow swimmers and camouflage themselves among seaweed and coral, reflecting the dependability and caution aspect of this card. Another fascinating fact about seahorses is that the males gestate and give birth to the babies. Hence, they symbolize excellent fathers, as well as alternative roles such as stay-at-home dads and working moms. Seahorses have an exoskeleton, a bony skeleton on the outside of the body, which symbolizes protection, much like how your guardian angels surround and protect you. So an inner strength that you possess that you might not be aware of, I believe is your own seahorse energy. It's your own dependable, reliable, dedicated. There's a word that I'm waiting for. It's on the tip of my tongue. Your own dependable energy that you know can play the slow game. You have this inner strength of once you realize what you want, once you get clear on what you want, you have it in you to take one small step at a time. I'm feeling very Capricorn energy from this card. Um, the Knight of Earth would be fire of earth. So this is just the slow burn. You have it in you to play the long game, to have the slow burn. This could also be playing off of card number 1. This could also be the inner strength to let someone come in and support you who is this type of person. Um, I'm thinking personally, I am a fireball. I just want everything right now and I will go until I burn myself out. But if I can have someone in my life who slows my burn, who allows me to let my fire last a little bit longer, then I can move mountains. But if I try to do it all by myself, ego card number 1, I'm going to burn out. So the inner strength can be allowing someone in who slows you down. Oh, I hate that. I hate that. My ego hates that. But the inner strength, we're talking about inner strength. It could be that you have this slow burn or that you're able to allow people in who slow your burn to let your flame last longer. I also want to point out that this card is saying if you do have a plan, it's time to act. If you don't have a plan, it's time to make a plan. And what I wanted to say about that, okay, so we're talking about inner strength, quiet strength, calm strength. A lot of us can go into analysis paralysis, right? I often feel, this is a personal example, I often feel like I don't know what I want. I notice myself when I'm pulling cards for myself, I'm usually asking my cards, like, help me get clear on what I want. What is it I want? Clarity. What am I actually reaching for? And I think I'm trying to get too many details. So if you're in that situation right now, do I know what I want? I don't know if I know what I want. If you have an idea, if you can visualize, if you can write a story about a day in the life of what you desire, I would say that you know what you want. And it doesn't mean that you have to know the specifics of how you're going to get there. That's what magic is here for. That's what the universe is here for. That's what all this energy around you, all of your angels, right? That's what they're all here for, is to figure out the how. Your job is to say, this is what I want. And hang on to it loosely, hold on loosely, right? Maybe listen to 38 Special to remember how to hold on loosely. But if you move towards that direction, it's okay to change your goalpost as well. If you hang on with white knuckles to exactly what it is that you want, you could be holding yourself back from better things that are trying to make their way to you. Stephanie, about the Knight of Earth, said, I hear patience over and over. Something that has helped me build patience in the past is reflecting on what I have already created. Because when I'm able to sit back and say, like, holy smokes, I have this and it took me this many years to make it, then I kind of start to realize, like, okay, I'm in the process of building my next big thing. That helps me with patience. Jess was thinking Capricorn also. Yeah, Stephanie, you too, about burning the candle too fast. Yeah, I don't want to be slowed down, but you know what? Maybe sometimes I do need to slow down. Chantel, perfectionism is screaming at me. Say more. Do you have more to say about that? Perfectionism is screaming at me. Chantel, your word was reduce, Knight of Earth. That could be reduce your plan. Reduce how many details you put on that plan. Perfectionism. I don't know if I've ever been super perfectionistic. I've always been very lackadaisical when it comes to life. I've always just kind of been a playful, like, yeah, whatever. If it works, it works. So I'm trying to wrap my head around perfectionism and where it comes from and how to help those who are paralyzed by perfectionism. Because it doesn't matter. It's the ego, it's the mind that says it has to be this way. And if it's not this way, then it's wrong. Magic. Allow room for magic. Magic is what helps you say, oops, it isn't how I thought, but something more beautiful came. Celine got perseverance from that. Thank you for that word. Still not the word I was looking for. Actually, it's going to be right here because I just used this yesterday. Endurance. Endurance is the word that I was looking for with that Knight of Earth. Having the endurance to keep your eyes on a goal and keep going and persevere. Chantel says simplistic is better. Reduce perfectionist. It prevents you from starting something or sharing your gift and your plan. Yes, 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 yes. I have a friend who's an astrologer, and he and I might start to collaborate a little bit more. I got to figure out some stuff, but he's an amazing astrologer. Blows me out of the water, right? Every time I listen to him talk, I'm just like, how do you know all this stuff? And he has been nervous about getting on social media because he doesn't know, do I have the right name? Should I use my name? Should I have a business name? What platform do I use? How often do I talk? What do I talk about? And I was like, you just start talking. You just start, and then things work themselves out. And it's so interesting how hard we can be on ourselves. And then other people watch you and they're like, oh my gosh, look at how great you are. Yeah. Sandy, his name is Max. Some of his social media right now is Max of Nashville. Some of it is Meet Your Mirror. But he's really not on socials at all. He does personal readings. He's the one that I've been referring people to who want personal readings from me. I stepped away from that. It was getting to be too much for me. But yeah, if you guys want a reading from Max, he's just so amazing. But yeah, he and I are hopefully going to start maybe like a monthly just podcast, just chatting about life, because he and I agree on a lot of the energetic things of the world. Yeah, that'll be cool. Anyway, Chantel says that's perfectionism to a T. You analyze every single detail before starting, or do more and more research instead of starting. Yeah. Okay, so you guys remember what I said about the devil card? Because card 15 in the regular tarot is the devil card. F around and find out. It's natural law, right? You are going to, if something is calling your desire, right? If something is tempting you, if you have inner strength, which this reading is showing us that we do, F around and find out. What happens if I start this social media channel? Oh, what happens if I sign up for this class that I don't know what to do? Ooh, I'm going to mess around and find out. That's what I enjoy in life. It's playfulness. It doesn't have to be what I think it's going to be, but what's going to happen? Am I going to be okay? I don't know. All right, let's move on to card number 3. Another inner strength that we possess that we might not be aware of. Card number 3 is card number 3. It's the Empress. And in this deck, it's represented by the Angora rabbit. And if I am correct, this is a very large rabbit. The card says, time to hop into action. Use your natural creativity to bring forth prosperity and success in your life. Time to take action, abundance and prosperity, pregnancy, creativity, starting something new. The Angora rabbit follows the owl in this deck. The owl represents the high priestess, and this happens for a reason. While the owl asks us to sit quietly and meditate upon what it is we want to create, the Angora rabbit says, okay, that's enough thinking. Time to hop to it. It's a period of great creativity, prosperity, and the excitement of new endeavors. Have faith in yourself because you are ready to do something amazing. When rabbits decide to get moving, they go from standing utterly still to bounding in the direction of their desires. After your quiet time of patience with the owl in the last card, it's your turn to go from stillness to rapid movement. Where do you want to go? Take a leap. What do you want to do? Jump in with both feet. Now is the time. Rabbits are linked with creativity and fertility. This can signal an actual pregnancy, or perhaps you're just giving life to a new project. Your quote baby might be the book you've been writing, the spiritual career you've started, or anything that has captured your heart. Visiting this bunny is a dragonfly, a creature associated with magic. This shows that the influence of the unicorn in this deck is the magician card, card number 1. The influence of the unicorn is still present. Not only can you do anything, but you're also closing the distance to your goals with each step you take. So before I dive into the Empress, if this is not a financial abundance reading, I don't know what else it is, a material abundance, whatever you want, you have the inner strength to create it. My goodness. Card number 3 is letting us know that you have the intuitive hunch to when it's time to jump. You have your plan. You've created your plan. And if you haven't, then you're working on step 2 of creating your plan with the Knight of Earth. But once you know what you want, trust that you have the strength to leap in the direction of your desire. And now this doesn't mean that you have to leap to the end point. You think this giant fat rabbit can jump from A to Z in one jump? No. But it's time to jump down the path, because one step is going to create the next step and the next step and the next step. So an inner strength that you possess that you might not be aware of is the power of your movement, the power of your forward movement. Once you start moving in that direction, it's going to be a wildfire, as long as you make sure to, Knight of Earth, go at a steady pace. Right? If you try to jump from point A to point Z, you're probably going to burn out real quick. So make sure to slow yourself down with the Knight of Earth. And likewise, let's bring back card number 1, the Ego card, that tells us it's okay to ask for help. You don't have to do it all alone. That's the beauty of community. You have certain unique talents. Other people in this world have certain unique talents. So call them into your life to create this massive, beautiful creation that the Angora rabbit tells you that you are able to create. Stephanie, thank you so kindly for your donation. It's very much appreciated. If you guys have been enjoying today's reading so far, if you have gotten any insights, if you'd like to give back in an exchange of energy, donations are always super, super appreciated. Since you're here live, anyone who does offer a donation, I'm going to give you a book dive. So I'll dive into the Animal Guides book, and I'm going to give you a couple sentences that relate to your specific energy. April says, the Empress has been my stalker card lately. What is the Empress trying to tell you? It's in the Light Seers deck. The Empress card is a woman who is pregnant, but the belly is the earth. And that to me is just prolific creativity, right? You literally are birthing the whole world. So what is it that you're trying to birth? What is it that you're trying to create? It's time to just do step 1. Just do step 1 and let the energy go in that direction. Melinda, good timing. Stephanie, the 3s are around. Such a joyful card. Hop to it. Yes, this is card number 3, and the 3 is here. Card number 15, if you add them, that's a 6. So that's another little bit of 3s. April says 3. You are on the road to growth and expansion. The path is unfolding with perfect timing. April says growth in spurts. Work, rest, and play. Stay in balance. Yeah, don't forget the playfulness. Don't forget the playfulness. This Knight of Earth brought the funny energy as well. This isn't someone who's stressing out, who's thinking like, oh, what do I have to do today? Okay, I only made two steps forward yesterday, so today I got to make 18 steps forward. Knight of Earth has a sense of humor. I'm going to play with it. It's okay. We're moving forward. Have fun while you're moving forward, because it's going to keep coming. Cecilia, thank you so kindly for your donation. If you guys would rather donate off of Insight Timer, I do have PayPal and Venmo links in my Insight Timer bio. I'm just going to gab for a few seconds to fill you in with what I've got going on, and then we'll skedaddle for today. These card readings, these are shorter sessions. I need to conserve my energy as well because I can burn out. I can get in the cycle of work. Why isn't it working? So I told you guys earlier that next week I'll be here on Monday for the same thing, cards. Wednesday, week forward of astrology. Friday next week, I'm going to host a Q&A. So you can come, you can ask me questions about astrology, about tarot and oracle, about nomadic living. You can ask me questions about my recent divorce. You can ask me questions about how I keep such a positive mindset when the world is in shambles. Yeah, I used to host Q&As every once in a while, and I'm excited to do it again because I realize when I come here and I talk, I have a purpose. And when I have a purpose, you don't stop me. I'm going, right? We're here for astrology. I'm talking astrology. Then people ask me questions and I'm like, we don't have time for that. Let's do this. So the Q&A is for you guys to just ask whatever. And if I don't know the answer, then we're going to play and we're going to figure it out. Heather and BD, thank you guys so much for your donations. I really, really appreciate the exchange here. I really, really appreciate it. For those of you who have been with me for some time, you might know that I started courses on Insight Timer. I started the Embody Astrology courses, and I did the first 4 seasons, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer. And those courses were describing the astrology, letting you know what to expect during this season. And then here's an embodiment technique that you can use throughout this zodiac season to bring the energy into your life. And then my life blew up. I left my husband. I moved houses. I didn't know where I was going to live and all this stuff and blah, 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 blah. And then yesterday morning when I woke up, I had this insight like, okay, it's time, like just start again with Capricorn season and go from there. So I am not promising because I'm realizing that I can't promise things because it's difficult, but I'm going to try to get back on track with those starting in Capricorn season. So I've done spring, summer and autumn were kind of, and I'm going to try to get back on track with winter. So we'll see how that goes. Those are going to be courses available on Insight Timer for y'all who have the premium membership. I was doubling up and making video courses that I was selling off of Insight Timer. And literally one person bought each of those courses. So that was something that was holding me back. That was an analysis paralysis thing, right? I don't want to make a video here because I don't like this background as much as I like the background at my old house. So I'm just F the video courses. I'm only going to do audio for Insight Timer so I can get back on track with that. What else? I'm just going to start talking and you guys tell me what you think. I was considering maybe, I was playing with the idea the other day of doing group coaching. This idea stemmed from my Embody Astrology Patreon group. There have been a few times where I have, a handful of people. There's only like 4 or 5 of us, and we have a really good conversation going. And I'm like, man, this could be really good for a lot of people. So I've been considering starting a group coaching program. So let me know if that is something that you guys might be interested in. How it would look is half structure, half flow. I would set it up in a way where there's maybe like a 6-week guidance, right? Like week 1 is getting clear on what you want. Week 2 is defining the tools that you have. Week 3 is figuring out how to ask for help, something like that. So it would be pretty loose. And then we would hop in and have a group discussion about how we are all doing these things at once. So let me know if that resonates for you. Christine says that that's interesting. Christine likes this idea. I'm going to let it marinate. I was thinking about starting it in the winter, but like I got too much going on. I got way too much going on. I'm trying to buy an RV to go live on the road. So Reedy, I have completed my cards for today. The replay of this session will be on my YouTube channel. I'm streaming it live right now, so it'll be up right away. And then these card readings, I have been saving so that I can put them on Insight Timer as tracks. And I clip them up so it doesn't even sound like a live session. It just sounds like I'm giving a card reading on Insight Timer. So feel free to go to my Insight Timer teacher profile, check out my tracks, because there are past card readings, and whatever one you find, whatever one resonates with you today is the right one for you. Christine, yes, I would limit the participants in group coaching. Probably max of 8 first round, max of 6 or 8 the first round. The details I'm getting worked out, but I'm trying to figure out if it would be of interest to you guys. So thank you guys for watching. I'll be back on Monday to do this same thing. I will be back Monday for cards, Wednesday for astrology, and Friday for Q&A.